Hey everyone. Well, this fall we started a first grader, a second grader, and a kindergartner, all at the same school, all at the same time. And it was kind of a crazy couple of weeks. Well, leading up to the school year, our son, Obi, who was going into kindergarten, was really worried. And as we talked, we realized that he was worried about not being able to make friends. So, of course, we talked through different scenarios and role plays and gave him ideas of what he could do, but he was still for sure worried on his first day of school. So as we walked to school, our first grader, Ellie, gave him some really good advice because she's so much older and wiser than he is. She said, Obi, making friends is easy. All you have to do is go up to somebody and say, hey, do you want to be friends? And then she talked about how she likes having a lot of friends because that's way more fun than just playing with one person. She also told his teacher when we got to school that she gave him lots of advices so he would do great on his first day. It was so cute. And obviously this sounds silly, but what if making friends really was that easy? I mean, I think sometimes in this stage of life when we're older and maybe not necessarily like switching jobs and meeting new people all the time, switching schools, switching even like roommates, it feels kind of awkward to meet new people. Like almost there should be like a dating site for making friends or something, right? And it totally feels like that weird, like nervous feeling when I meet a new friend or even I text someone to hang out for the first time. A couple of years ago, I found myself meeting like really awesome people at playgrounds. And then I would leave and think like, oh my gosh, I just met this awesome mom who probably would like love to hang out, but now I'll never see her again. So I started getting a little more gutsy and exchanging phone numbers. And honestly, it was always nerve-wracking. It was like, okay, do I text her now? Has it been long enough? Do I wait before we schedule our first play date? Like, does she really want to have our first play date or is it just me? Am I imagining this thing that we've got going? Like, are we meshing well? So I totally overthought it, of course, but I was very awkward. But then it kind of dawned on me like, we're all in the same position. We all want to make friends. We all want to have people that we can call and hang out with. I was reading some of the materials that the MOPS International put together for us this year, and it goes together with the theme, We Go Together. And I love, I can't not think of that song when it comes up, but a couple of the phrases that I just loved were, having a genuine, supportive, honest group of female friends in your circle is one of the biggest life upgrades. Oh, love that. We know it will make our lives better, and yet finding friends as adults can feel intimidating. Totally. Despite our best efforts, we all seem to be in the midst of a loneliness epidemic, sorry. This one hit a home run for me. I thought, this is just awesome. They wrote, this is why we're declaring it the year of friendship, courage, and purpose. Friendships where we aggressively believe in each other, pray for each other, and believe the other deserves the world. Don't you just love that? So this made me think of a few things that I'm learning about friendship that I wanted to share with you guys. The first is be the inviter. I didn't hear this. Actually, the speaker who is there today with you guys first shared this at one of my first MOPS meetings, actually my first MOPS year at the end of the year. Anyway, I have never forgotten this phrase, and it has always inspired me to follow through with being an inviter. So it means putting yourself out there, being a little bit awkward, and not necessarily just sitting back and waiting for people to invite you. We live on kind of a busy street and there's a path right in front of our house. And I kept seeing this mom who had 4 kids that were fairly close together. And actually her kids are closer together than mine because she has twins. But I kept thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, she seems like so nice. Like her kids and our kids are similar ages. We live super close together, obviously. I would love to hang out with her. But I always kind of felt like it would be weird if I saw her walking by and then ran out the front door to try to say hi to her because she was down the street already, right? I'm like, hey, you want to be friends? So I never quite did that. I never got the nerves up to do that. And I was never in the right place at the right time until one day when her son fell in front of our house. And I ran out there. I was thankfully home and just, I could see them out the front windows. And I just went out and saw, like, checked if they needed anything, like water or ice or anything, and he was fine. But it was so sweet to just kind of chit chat with her for just a minute. And then her kids started melting down, or mine did, or whatever. We had to go. Well, a few days later, I found a little note in my mailbox, and one, it didn't have a stamp or anything. So I thought, oh, this is kind of weird. Well, the note was from this mom. Her name is Margot, and she kind of introduced herself on the note and said, like, this is my phone number, this is where we live, these are our kids' names, and would you like to hang out sometime? And I was like, you guys, it, like, of course made my day. And I was like, yeah, duh, I would love to hang out. Like, why didn't I do this? And I just was so inspired by her courage and how daring it was of her to do that. And I thought, I want to be like that more. And since then, you guys, like, we've been friends for more than 2 years. Our kids adore each other. They live like a block away, so it's super awesome that we get to see each other a lot. And she has probably done the same thing with others in our neighborhood, because she has introduced me to other moms who have kids our same age. And now we kind of all hang out here and there, and it's super fun. So being the inviter can be really scary, but it's super important to having good friendships. Okay, now the next thing I think of is that one friend can't do it all. I used to think when I was little that I'd have this like best friend when I grew up, and we'd like call each other all the time, and we'd hang out all the time, and it'd be like the one friend that I talked to and shared everything with. And really, you guys, like, that would be amazing. But the older I get, the more I realize, like, I don't have that in my life. And so I have to look to different groups of friends to fulfill my friendship needs. I have some great friends from college, and I am so thankful for them, but we all live pretty far away from each other. And so for me, like, day-to-day friendships and meeting people at playgrounds and libraries needed to come from a different group. And that's where MOPS came in for me. I am so thankful for the friendships that I've been able to make at MOPS. And part of that has been being the brave one and realizing that I'm the one who needs to share first. And I need to open up and share who I really am and my true challenges and my true anxieties, and be vulnerable and authentic. And then once that happens, it helps other people open up too. And if you're not ready to do that, that's fine too. It just is something that will help us all become better friends if we're vulnerable and if we can trust each other. Okay, so trusting each other goes along with this next piece that I've learned about friendship, and I'm still learning all these things. But my husband and I learned this phrase. I can't remember where we got it, but early on in our marriage, we heard this phrase, and it's giving one another the benefit of the doubt. It means assuming the best in the other person. It means believing that they have the best intentions. So for us, it means like, okay, if my sister-in-law hasn't texted me back, and I like adore and love my sister-in-law, but if she hasn't texted me back in 3 days, it's like, oh, she hasn't texted me back. And then I think like, oh my gosh, is she like mad at me? Or did I do something wrong? Or is she just being rude? But really, if I step back and I just say like, okay, and now it's like a habit, so I don't have to go through all of those thoughts, but it's like, okay, well, she's probably busy. She maybe forgot, like I forget to text back people all the time. I'm sorry if you're one of them. Or she's just like working out her answer, right? Like maybe she has to like hear back from somebody else before she answers me. So it's all about giving the other person the benefit of the doubt. And then also like clarifying if I'm confused or if I'm wondering like, hey, Emily, you haven't gotten back to me for a while. Like just curious if you've, have an answer, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like giving them that opportunity to clarify so that I'm not just assuming the wrong thing. Okay. Another thing that I need to assume the best and like give my friends the benefit of the doubt is, and this is like a little bit harder for me. I don't know if you can relate, but if I'm like scrolling through the Instagram, and I see like a group of people who all got to hang out, like say like they all went to the state fair, or they all went Christmas tree shopping or whatever. And they've got this like big group photo of everybody smiling, and I wasn't invited. And like that hurts. Like that kind of just like pings my heart, because honestly, like I just love doing fun things and I have major FOMO. Maybe you do too. But I had to start realizing like I was not left out intentionally. Like nobody is leaving anybody out on purpose. Like nobody's trying to be like weird high schoolers that are like jerks, right? So it goes along with that being the inviter, right? Like if I want to have an experience like that, then I can initiate that and I can invite people to come and do that with me Or I need to just be super happy for the people who got to go do that and be thankful that I get to have friends that have fun experiences, right? So it kind of takes like stepping back and thinking like, okay, nobody's doing this to me on purpose. Like, it's not about me. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Oh, I was going to say that has saved me like tons of drama too. Like tons of heartbreak has been, avoided because of giving someone the benefit of the doubt. All right. Recently, my grandma passed away. She passed away super peacefully and comfortably. She was 97. 97, you guys. Oh my gosh. It was like amazing. She was like, it just was like a really sweet ending, right? But, obviously sad, but she's very much in a better place right now. And I always remember my grandma and grandpa talking about their friends, Fuzz and Jean, this couple friend of theirs. I know, super weird names. I don't even know if they were nicknames, but I totally knew that these were friends of my grandparents. Like, they would be talking to my parents about like, oh, Fuzz and Jean's kids are at this college, or Fuzz and Jean and we are going to, North Dakota next month or whatever. And it was just so cool to like, I don't even know if I've met Fuzz and Jean, you guys, but I know that they were good friends of my grandparents because they did life together. Like, they were friends. We figured out they were friends for 70 years. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I love it. And it just made me think like, I feel like in order to be friends with somebody that long and to be like lifelong doing life together, you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. And you have to realize like one couple friend is not going to meet all of your needs, or one friend is not going to meet all of your needs. And then also like they had to just be inviting. Like, they probably would have never even started their friendship if they weren't inviting. Okay. Oh, I just thought of a funny phrase. Like, what if we were each other's Fuzz and Jeans? Like, what if we were friends for 70 years? I know some of you guys in here have been friends for like 10, 15 years already, but like, let's not stop there, right? Like, let's start new friendships and live to be 97 and be each other's Fuzz and Jeans. That sounds so weird. Okay. This is my call to action, and it's straight out of scripture. Near the end of Thessalonians, Paul wrote, this is just awesome. He wrote, so speak encouraging words to one another. Build up hope so you'll be together in this. No one left out, no one left behind. I know you're already doing this, so just keep doing it. I just love that. That's 1 Thessalonians 5:11, and this is the Message translation. But I'm going to read it again with the thoughts that we talked about today. So speak encouraging words to one another. All right, that to me feels like giving one another the benefit of the doubt, right? I'm not like a Bible scholar, so don't quote me on my interpretation. But build up hope so you'll be together in this. So you'll all be together in this. Okay, I think that's like remembering that one friend can't do it all, and you need like a group of people. And then the next phrase says, no one left out, no one left behind. And that is like all about being the inviter, you guys. And he wrote, I know you're already doing this. Just keep on doing it. So that's my call to action, you guys. Be the inviter. Give one another the benefit of the doubt. There's my kiddo over there. And what was the last one? Remember, one friend cannot do it all. Thanks, you guys. Hope you have a great day.